Be grateful. I'm Papu, and this is your marriage and relationship podcast. And today we just want to look at the importance of being grateful, especially within the context of close relationships and families, and as well as marriage. And I must confess from the onset that it is often a challenge and very difficult for us to appreciate one another in a family setting, in a marriage context. We can even find it easier to appreciate strangers and be nice to the people we don't know. But when it comes to those close to us, it's a challenge. We find it difficult. It becomes a mountain. There are, of course, reasons why this is the case, why we find it difficult to express our gratitude, to appreciate and recognize the role that we play to each other, especially in this close-knit relationship. Now, let me just give you three of those. There could be more than that. One of those is that we, in a relationship, either marriage or in a family, we tend to take each other for granted. We know we are there. We know we've grown together, if it's siblings, or we've been married together for some time now, or we've always been in this relationship. So the good things we do go unnoticed because, after all, we expect those things to happen. It's natural. You're my wife, you're my husband, you're my sister. So what? That's what you're supposed to do. But the painful thing is sometimes the absence of these people that we take for granted can create a longing where we begin to see how valuable they were in our lives. It's like the sun that shines every day. Because we've always known it, we can take it for granted and not even be thankful for the sun until there's no sun. I mean, if you go to UK where seeing the sun is a rare commodity, doesn't really happen. They've got few days where they can experience sunshine. You really miss your sun from Africa. So what I'm trying to say is when you take each other for granted, we actually don't see the value. We take it for granted that it's naturally supposed to be there until it is absent. And so you hear the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. We discover the value when we lose those who actually were impacting our lives. So that's the first one, is we take each other for granted. That's why we find it difficult to appreciate, to recognize the impact that we play in each other's lives until, of course, the person passes away, it dies, and then all of a sudden we grieve uncontrollably because now we see that we had a person here who was very valuable. Secondly, one of the reasons why we struggle to express our gratitude and our recognition and appreciation is that we feel we deserve what we get. And so when we don't get it, we complain. If we don't have it, we complain. Once we have it, if you deserve it and you have it, then there's no reason to be appreciative. If I think my wife is meant, it is her role to make food for me. When she does that, I'm not going to thank her. I'm just going to say, where's the food? I'm hungry. I've been here, I've been waiting. Why are you taking so long? And that's it. But when the waiter gives me food, which I've paid for, we say thank you. But at home, we struggle to do that. So what I'm trying to say here is we don't deserve that. Let's get away from this concept that there are certain things you deserve in your family. You thank your wife, you thank your husband, you thank your children, even for cleaning. Thank you for making your bed. I thank you, even though it's something that they're supposed to do to show appreciation. Because there are others who don't do that. There are others who don't see the value in doing that. So we appreciate each other even for the little things that we do to each other. The little things what my wife does for me, I appreciate that because I don't deserve it. When she takes care of the children, when she does this, when the husband washes the car or drives us or brings this from us, we appreciate, honestly, thank the person. So we need to develop an eye for appreciation, to notice the good that others do, and that we can do when we move away from this entitlement mentality. Okay. And the third one is due to failed expectation, especially in relationships, close relationship. Some of us have suffered enough in our relationship that we We can't even see the good. Even when the good is there, we tend to doubt its genuineness because this person has just been the source of pain for me. We can't see any good. We pour water on anything that looks good. We doubt that it is real. But remember, beloved, even a stopped watch can be right at least twice a day. So we need to even though there are expectations that are not met, but it is good to appreciate those that are met. Because there's no one, very few people would not even do one little thing that is good. And if we could learn to appreciate that, it would make a big difference. Okay, let's say now, why must we give thanks? What's the importance of giving thanks? And I must say that, first of all, life is short. It is those moments, those events that are not appreciated or that are appreciated that will give us comfort when we lose each other, when the other one passes away. Life is short. Let's rather spend time not looking for the bad and the evil in each other, but accentuating the good, focusing. And remember, you see the good if you're looking for it. We often see what we're looking for. So if you're looking for something that you want that's praiseworthy, go for it. We often say in communication that before you say one bad thing that you're unhappy with, mention 3 that you're happy with. Give it a cushion so that a person can know that there are things that I do that are right. Some people complain and say, there's nothing right that I do in this relationship. No, it's just that our eyes are trained to focus and to see only the bad things. So when we appreciate and recognize the good in others or what they do, this motivates a person to do better. People want to do even better when you see and appreciate what they do. Even in faith relationships, even when you are no longer related to that person. Let's say, for example, you've been married to someone and you are no longer married, divorced, unfortunately, but get into the habit of just talking about the good things that the person did, especially when you talk about that person to your children. Just learn to say, your father, yes, we separated, but your father used to be like this. Mention the good things. Yes, you can say that, okay, he did this, but focus on the positive things. Because what that does, it literally brings the best to your children. When your children know that there were good things that your father was able to do, it makes them believe that they can also exhibit good things, that they do have good elements in their nature. Because here's a problem: if my father is like a bad person in and out, and I'm the son of that father, what does that say about me? It says I'm also as bad as that person because he's my father. But if you say your father, you know what, your father had a beautiful smile, your father was like this, it just says to me when I look at the mirror, yes, I'm like my father. So in other words, even though you're not staying with the parent, say the good things to the children, because when you do so, it brings the best, it motivates them, it makes them to want to strive and be a better person. All right, so appreciation also serves as a medicine. It boosts your own immune system, improves your perspective in life. And people who are grumpy, people who are full of complaints, people who are full of criticism, they sometimes end up being alone and lonely because it is difficult to be with a person who's always negative. That environment is toxic. So when you tend to speak well of others, you tend to have friends. Of course, it boosts your immune system, but you tend to have friends, you tend to have people who enjoy your company because you're not always negative and speaking bad about others. So be grateful. Be grateful. When you are grateful, you attract blessings. You attract people who are also would like to add a value to your life. But let me say this in closing. Extend gratitude to yourself as well. Be thankful. Of course, we make mistakes. We are not perfect. And we're not appreciating people because they are perfect. We appreciate the fact that imperfect people can do some of these good things. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. Ask God to forgive you for those mistakes. But be grateful to God for who you are. Be grateful to God for the talents you have. Appreciate the fact that you were able to do something good. Appreciate that. I know we're sometimes so negative even to ourselves. We always condemn ourselves. When there's something good that you have done, I don't mean be proud and go about boasting about that, but appreciate the fact that you can also do something good And thank God that you've made the right decisions. Thank God that you've made somebody happy. Thank God that you can also rise and do something that was not expected, and be thankful. Of course, like I said earlier on, you can always ask God to forgive you for the mistakes that you do. Let's go out then and be grateful, man, and just smile, and you'll see the whole world will smile at you. We're the children of the King. Let's walk and let the whole world know that we have so many things to be grateful for. And God bless you in your relationship. There are good things you can thank God. Of course, you still have to deal with the other ones, but when you do so from a heart of gratitude, from an attitude of gratitude, it makes a big difference. So go on and be grateful. Signing off. This is Jangimpi Papu. God bless.
The Marriage and Relationship Podcast was brought to you by Dr. Papu. Dr. Papu is a devout Christian leader, an inspirational speaker, and an experienced pastor who has worked with couples for the last 35 years in his ministry. You can record and submit your questions to Dr. Papu by following this link, www.anchor.fm/Dr. J. Papu. If you'd like to have private consultations or counseling sessions, please send your email to drpapuonline@yahoo.com. That's DRPAPUONLINE@yahoo.com.